Okay, these are the new double pole, double throw relay and the base that I ordered that the relay can be plugged into. I'm not sure if there's room in a Mercotronic for the base, but it mounts with 2 screws, and the relay basically plugs in like so. And then you have screw terminals that you can connect wires to configure it whichever way you deem necessary. To get a frequency of around 200 hertz, I had to use two 2.2 UF capacitors in parallel. So that's about 4.4 microfarads. I'm running it off a 12 volt power supply because I don't have a 6 volt power supply that's got enough current to drive it. And this is the scope waveform that I just froze, and here it is running. As you can see, it's displaying approximately 200 hertz, which would be about the same as what the contacts in a vibrator would be producing frequency-wise. Okay, I've got the frequency set to about 150 hertz, 160 hertz. I had to lower it by changing it to a 10 UF capacitor across the coil, but now I can generate a spark at a spark plug with this 12 volt automotive coil that I've got hooked up. I'm thinking that basically the frequency should stay the same when I unhook the coil, and I'm just going to do that now. There, it's no longer arcing, but I didn't see any alteration in frequency, so now I'm just going to hook it back up again to the coil, and the frequency is still running pretty much where it was. So the frequency of the relay contacts opening and closing isn't really changing in my situation. I'm going to try this at a slightly larger capacitor and see if I get better arcing or what happens. Okay, now I've got it hooked up to about 15 microfarads. It's actually 14.4 approximately. And frequency has dropped to about 128. And I'm getting much more arcing contacts in the relay and a better spark at the spark plug, but I think I'm reaching the limit of my power supply. Relay, not really warm at all. Put my fingers on it. I think the arcing is normal because I'm not limiting the current to the coil, because I don't have a resistor that I can do that with. But basically I'm getting a good spark at the spark plug. I wouldn't say the contacts are being heated per se. No real heat there. I think that's normal because of the current that's going to the coil. Because I think I'm approaching my 30 amp maximum power supply. But I'm just going to unhook the coil here and see if the frequency changes. I don't think it will. There, I just unhooked the coil. And I wouldn't say the frequency changed per se, but it stabilized a bit maybe. And that may be because I'm reaching the point where my power supply is starting to reach its maximum output and shut down. That's with the coil hooked up. As you can see, it's firing. And there, I just disconnected it again. And yeah, the frequency is much more stable. It's about 112 hertz. Here I've got it hooked up to a battery charger that produces current, drawing very little there. Supposed to be capable of 6 amps, but I think it's rated, it'll actually put out closer to 10. I don't have the coil hooked up yet, but I'm getting basically the same frequency. Okay, coil's hooked up, and the frequency I would say is fairly stable. Right around what I was triggering. Drop it down, voltage rise, and we'll just change it to and if I disconnect the coil, really didn't change a whole lot. Hurting anything. And it's staying reasonably stable, and even at 100 hertz, that's a pretty good test for a coil, because that's, if you considered how fast an RPM that would be with an engine. And the other factor is I'm not testing a small engine coil, I'm testing an automotive coil at 12 volts, so that could have a bearing on it as well. Anyways, that's what I've been able to find out so far, and I would say there's a good possibility that this would work.